Well, good morning, everybody. It's been a bit since I made a little paint video slash lighter phrase video, so here you go. So what we have here is a bumper. It is a plastic bumper, but it was primed. Make and model is relevant. It had to be fine lined because the bottom is textured and there's no color on that. So, bam, there you go. Got my tool right here, right? Got some sealer. Gotta put some sealer on that shit. But I got my fresh little tacky cloth, right? And I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna gently touch it, rub it all gently like, all sexy like, all nice like, right? I'm not gonna show you the whole process, but I do. I touch it all gentle and sexy. You don't wanna touch too hard or you rub residue from the tack cloth into that, and that will show up in your paint job, and you don't want that shit. So, anyways, got that, right? Let's see what the lighter phrase of the day is gonna be, huh? Oh, just ride my face, please and thank you. What man doesn't want a beautiful woman riding his face? Like, come on. That's like painter wisdom right there. It makes everything better. So anyways, I'm gonna make this thing sexy for you, okay? It is a white gold tri-coat. Well, here we go. Now it's ready for some clear. There you go. Making things sexy. This turned out very sexy as well. I forgot to show the after. Yeah. Well, here we go with a new mission, right? So I got a little Ford Escape here. It is a brand new door. Blend the fender, blend the rear door. Pretty simple. I think I got this shit. If I don't, well then, I shouldn't be doing this, right? Oh, check this out. Bam. When I think about you, violent fuck music plays in my head. That's an old lighter. And yeah, there's still a lot of women that I think about. That music comes on in my mind, and yeah, you just want to have a good time, right? A little pleasure spiked with pain is never a bad thing. Well, for some people anyway. Some people can't handle it. It's all good. Either way, I'm gonna fucking paint this shit. Much love. So that's some sealer. This new door had been metal etched. You gotta etch that motherfucking metal before you paint it. Yes, and so then you seal it. This is sealer. It's gonna bite into everything really fucking good. And then here, I haven't done anything with this yet, because what I'm gonna do with this is once that's flashed and I'm happy with that over there and everything looks good and I don't have to fuck with it, well then I'll clean this out and then I'll get to my color gun, right? And I'm gonna put my M5 in it. That's blending clear, right? So then I will squirt this whole panel pretty much like I'm clear coating it, right? And I'll do the same thing to this. And then while that is still wet, I'm gonna get my color and I'm gonna do my color blend on top of that nice wet bed. And there's a reason for that. Now, there are different methods that you can do. You can let that all dry and then still spray it and stuff, at least with this particular product that we use here. Other products, you can't. You can only do a wet bed. I was trained on a wet bed. That's how I started learning in the first place with a different product. So I'm more comfortable with doing it that way. So that's how I'm gonna do this. But when you do a wet bed and you're spraying a darker metallic like this, it helps everything land and orient right, you know, because I can't take my color all the way to here. I can't. I'm only putting a little color this way, you know, to kind of blend it. And usually, you know, a good painter will do like a kind of like a fucked up zigzag pattern almost, to where you got to trick the eye, right? You don't want people to see where the blend is at. you know. I usually try not to blend the same patterns every time, you know, just to throw it off a little bit. Everyone's different, but yeah, so there will be no color back this way. So this part of the door should match with this. I mean, yes, it's going to look slightly different because there's going to be fresh clear on top of that. That always throws everything off. But that's what you got to do. So a little, I guess, 101 shit for you there. All right, so I wanted to show kind of like what it looks like with a blend on the wet bed. All right, so it's all wet because of the M5, and then you can kind of see just barely where the color's still, it's still flashing, right? Didn't go very far, right? See where you can see it. Just ever so slightly. Just like on here, right? Really hard to tell. I mean, I can tell right away, but this will all flash off and then it'll look great. Bam, and color on that. It's funny how everything looks when it's kind of wet. You see all that? It's called mottling. That weirdness. See, that's what painters don't like. We don't like that. But this is wet, it's flashing. That's normal right now, so nobody's freaking out. It's all good. Much love. All right, let's look at this sexy bitch in some fucking light and see what we see. And on that, I'm seeing what I want to see. Looks fucking amazing. Yeah, it's a little difficult with the phone camera thing, I get it, but I want to show you the process. These are, you know, what you got to do, you got to look at it in the dark in different shades of light just to make sure that, you know, your blend turned out good. Because you look at it from one angle, if it don't look right, well then you didn't do it right. So from all angles that you're checking it out, you want it to be fucking awesome. And of course, this turned out good, so I'm not worried about that. All right, this baby is ready to be cleared. Well, got to show the finished product. Oh yeah. Now, isn't that just fucking sexy? It's sexy. Yep, pretty sexy. Job well done.